Hello, everyone. Rosemary McKinnon here from IG Wealth Management. Today, we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, which it relates to my Sudden Money series, Sudden Money, Sudden Wealth, and that is winning the lottery. I'm sure many of you have fantasized about it, or perhaps you know people that it's actually happened to. It's something that you always like to wonder about. And, with the powers of manifestation, I think people are getting better and better at being able to attract that kind of money and wealth into their lives. But, large sums of money can bring a lot of positive stuff, and it can also bring a lot of negative things, because unfortunately, if you've never had that kind of money, it can present all kinds of problems. So we're going to unpack it a little bit today and talk about what that would mean if you or a loved one would win the lottery. Now, of course, it depends on the size of the prize, I guess. I know people who have won hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it's very exciting. Usually what a person will do in that instance is they will, pay off some debt. Maybe they have some loans, perhaps pay down their mortgage, put some money away in savings for the retirement or for their kids' education, and then have a little bit of fun with it. So it is life-changing money, in that it will definitely improve a person's life. To receive hundreds or a few hundred thousands of dollars, but not big life changes like you don't have to work anymore if you don't want to, that kind of thing. But it's definitely a good place to start. So the next level, obviously, of lottery wins is if we're talking about millions of dollars, and I'm going to just stick with, say, single millions, say, 5 million or less. And actually, let's go 10 million or less, because I think I've got something to say about 10 million and more. But $10 million and less, again, $1 million isn't what it used to be. And our homes are now worth, in the millions. And inflation is just completely causing the cost of living to go up. And people are living longer. So, having a few $1 million is also a wonderful thing, very exciting. And again, when, I talk with clients about those amounts of money, that's where you have to make some big life decisions, Does it mean that you're going to leave work, not do what you're doing anymore, and perhaps pursue something that you want to do? And again, remember that before I ever talk about what to do with the money, we always talk about the person. A good solid financial plan always starts with the person, with you. And so, we dive deep into, you never have to think about money ever for the rest of your life. You're always going to have enough money to survive now and in the future. So how do you want to live your life? And maybe they know that in their mind. Maybe, again, it's something that they've always fantasized about, but perhaps they need some time to think about it. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Maybe there's people to take care of. Obviously, again, we look at, paying off debts, making sure we have money set aside as an income stream, so you don't have to ever rely on an outside source for your lifestyle. Again, perhaps there's family members you want to help out. Perhaps there's, things that you want to buy, and obviously, perhaps places you want to travel to and that sort of thing. So the approach is always to start with the life and then deciding what makes sense as far as where you invest your money, how you invest your money, keeping in mind taxes now and in the future, and making sure that that security is there for you now and in the future. And then the third kind of lottery is like the crazy amounts, the big Powerball wins when we're talking about tens of millions of dollars. And that's just, it's unimaginable. But again, it does happen. And I always think about, what that would be like and how a person would feel. And I would think that not only would you be excited and happy, but I think you'd also feel a little bit scared. How can you not? It's such a large amount of financial energy, and how could you not feel intimidated? It's a lot of responsibility to manage that kind of money. I mean, when you put it in perspective, there are a lot of financial advisors that are managing books of business that are tens of millions of dollars, and they do that professionally. So imagine now if that all fell on you, and now you think it's a good problem to have, and in some ways it is, but it's also a huge burden, and something that you definitely need help with. It is not something, don't try this at home. It's not something that you should try and tackle on your own. You want, financial planner, investment advisor, accountants there, and actually financial life planner, which is also something that I specialize in, is financial life planning. Again, it starts with the life. So before you start planning what to do with the money, take some time, perhaps disappear for a little while, take some of your closest family members away and really talk about what it is that you want to do with your life now. What does it become? And then go from there. And it can evolve slowly, because again, it's the implications of receiving that kind of financial reward is endless, and it really would become almost like a full-time job. You really do have to hire a team at that point. So so that's a little bit about lottery wins and sort of how to position it, depending on the type of win that you receive. It's fun, it's exciting, but it also takes a certain level of George Kinder refers to it as your money maturity. Okay, your money maturity, and he describes it as people may be in different phases of their money maturity, whether it's childhood or adolescence or adulthood. So if someone, say, who's in adolescence, as far as their stage of money maturity, they're going to be thinking about, perhaps buying big toys, maybe sports cars, and taking all their friends on a big trip, and just doing all kinds of fun and exciting things with it. But maybe they're not thinking so much about where should I be saving this? Should I buy some real property? Do I start a business? Do I make sure that my children's education is taken care of, my debts are paid off, and that I have a lump sum put away so I never ever have to think about working ever again? So it just depends on where people are at. So that's why it's good to have some guidance, and have someone to kind of take you through a process to make sure that you're really clear about the vision for your life, now that you never have to worry about money again. It's very, very exciting. So anyways, that's it for today. If you ever have any questions about sudden money, sudden wealth, inheritances, lottery wins, pensions, sale of properties, that sort of thing, don't hesitate to contact me. I'm here to help. Okay? Thanks again.